Hey everybody, what's up? This is Runicus Highwind, and today we're going to do my PS3 collection. My PlayStation 3 I didn't pay for. I actually got it because I babysat a friend's cats for about a week, and her son didn't want it. It was a brand new PS3, and she was just going to get rid of it, and I said, hey, can I have it? So she gave it to me. At that time, during that console generation, I was actually more of a 360 user and a PC user, but as soon as I got the PS3, boy, did I ever go on it, especially for like The Last of Us. And once I got into Uncharted, it was one of my favorite games ever. It's not a very big collection. I think I've got like 40 games, maybe. I don't collect much for it anymore. I might pick up something here and there that's unusual or is only available on there and I can't get it anywhere else. But without further ado, let us start. So up first is 3D Dot Game Heroes. Got it because it was an Atlas, and I was going through a huge Atlas phase during this time. But it is a very good game. It's basically Legend of Zelda, but you play in a 3D world, like a 3D dotted world. It's a voxel game, I do believe. I didn't play it very far, but some of the things are ridiculous, like how big the sword can get in it. It's a good game if you can find it. It's a very good game. Next up, Black Site Area 51. First played this on, I do believe it was PC, but I could never find it again after that, and eventually I did find it from Game Traders up in Calgary, Canada. I have finished it. It was a very fun game. Wanted to add it to my collection ever since, and the PC version just seems almost non-existent, really. Next, we have the original version of Catherine. I've played a little bit here and there. I do have this on Steam now, which I've played a bit further. But I won't get rid of this copy. You know, Atlas titles are getting harder to find, and when you do find them and they find them cheap, you want them. It's a good little puzzler. A game I didn't even know I actually had on the PS3 until very recently. Dante's Inferno. This is the Divine Edition. It's basically God of War, but following the poem Dante's Inferno. It is a poem, I do believe. Very good. It's still very fun. I have not actually played this version because, again, I didn't even know I grabbed it until maybe like last week. Next up is Eternal Sonata. I have not actually played this, but it was on my list of things I was looking for. I think there's a 360 version as well. I'm just not 100% certain. Eventually, one of these days, I'm going to actually sit down and play it. Folklore. Plays just like Shin Megami Tensei would. Kind of the same idea. I saw my DM playing this one day, and I had to pick it up. I haven't actually played it myself, but from what I saw from him playing it, it looked great. Genji Days of the Blade, Days of the Blade. This is the second Genji game, and actually technically the last. They haven't made another one yet. It plays very much like the PS2 game, just way graphically better. I remember when this was the real-time weapon switching and the massive damage on the crab enemies was very big, and it was a selling point for the PS3, which I found funny. But it's a good game. It's still pretty easy to find since I think it was a launch title, or a near-launch title. God of War 3, I honestly have not actually played this one. Eventually I will sit down and play it, or even see if I can grab it for the PS4, just to have the updated version. God of War Ascension, haven't touched it. I think a friend actually gave me both this and God of War 3 because she already had them, or she got them for the PS4 or something. Eventually I'll sit down to play them. Heavenly Blade. This is basically God of War, but with a female. The story is not so great, but a lot of the graphics are good, and a lot of the stuff they do in-game for the mechanics are actually pretty decent. Heavy Rain Director's Cut. This one I haven't actually played yet. My older sister got this for me many moons ago, and for some reason I've never touched it. Infamous, I haven't actually played this one. The only one I've played is the Second Son, or Last Son, or whatever it is, for the PS4. I want to sit down to play this and the second one. Speaking of the second one, here it is too. I think I did play this for a few minutes, but I decided against it until I was able to play one. Killzone 2, I've never actually played this Killzone, or Killzone 3. I started collecting them because they looked fun, and I just haven't got around to actually playing them yet. Next up, we've got Kingdom Hearts HD 1/2 Remix. I bought this so I could play the original Kingdom Hearts back then, and it's not bad. Lair, I've never actually touched this. The only reason I bought it is I think I was like dirt cheap, and I wanted to see what the 6-axis controller support in it, which was not all that good from what I remember. Okay, so The Last of Us. I played this from launch day. I think I finished it within the first day. I didn't get off my couch until I was finished the game. Luckily for me, at this point, I had no work because where I was working, we were having a renovation, and most of the employees were laid off. I was still getting paid, but I was getting paid to play video games all day. So when I went to go and finish this game, I found out that I was actually subject to a game save bug, where the autosave had actually bugged the main saves, and I couldn't save my game, so I ended up playing it a second time through, much slower, seeing all the stuff that I missed. This is a great game, and the reason why I've got it on the PS4. Lollipop Chainsaw. My older sister bought me this for the 360, but I traded it in for a PS3 copy because my 360 I was just basically done with it. I wasn't playing it anymore because most of the games I'd gotten on PC. Obviously, things like this haven't hit PC yet. I wish they would, because this is a fun game. I enjoyed it to the end. Metal Gear Solid 4, Guns of the Patriot. I haven't actually played this. I was going to try to get back into Metal Gear Solid, because I hadn't played one since I think the second game on the PS2, but I never got that far. Motorstorm, a very, very good racing game. It showed what the PS3 could do. Graphically, it's really good, and I do believe the physics in that were all good in it too. Ni no Kuni: Wrath of the White Witch. I bought this. I played it for like 20 minutes, got bored of it, but I mean, I bought it for PC and then for Switch, and I played the Switch version pretty dang far. Just haven't sat down to actually finish it yet. Next up, we've got No More Heroes: Heroes Parade, or Heroes Paradise. I got this under the recommendation of my brother, because he's very big into this series. I did play this for a bit. I have the original one on Switch now. It's a very fun game. I couldn't get myself into it too much, which I hate because it's really good. Persona 4 Arena Ultimax. I've got the base version on the 360, and then the Ultimax version here, and then eventually I will be buying the newer version on PC or PS4 if I can find it. It's a very good fighting game. The original Red Dead Redemption. Had it for 360 originally. I ordered it off. It was my very first thing I ever ordered off on Amazon, because I wanted the golden weapons and all that. I never played it very far, never finished it. Still haven't finished this version. I'm waiting for an updated version for PC that's been rumored to come out. But it's a very fun game. But who would have known that this actually all takes place after Red Dead 2? Red Dead Undead Nightmare. I got this on 360 first, never played it, and then found it for 360, and then I played it on there, or played it a little bit on the PS3. Quite enjoyable, and I know it's not lore, but it's still fun. Resistance Fall of Man. Got it just because it was a neat-looking shooter. I like alternate, like World War II stuff, and it was pretty fun. The controls, though, you could tell that they had not gotten the first-person shooter controls on console down at that time yet, because they were horrendous. I actually had to rip my PS3 controller apart to fix a part because I was getting so pissed off with the game itself. Resistance 2, I've never actually played it. And then Resistance 3, I've never played it. I do have a couple copies of the games, of Resistance 2, or 3. One I'm going to give away if somebody needs it at some point. Next up is Sengoku Basara Samurai Heroes. I got it because of the word samurai, basically. And it looked good, and it looked like Capcom's take on Samurai Warriors almost. Soul Calibur 4, had it on the 360, bought it for the PS3, for the PS3 just so I could have it on a newer system. It's actually not that bad, it's just too bad that I can't get, is it Yoda I can't get? Yeah, it's Yoda I can't get now because they've completely wiped it all off the face of the earth. Soul Calibur 5, I absolutely loved this. I loved the fact that they aged all the characters and added children in. It was great. It played just like I wanted it to as well. It played just like playing 2 and 3. Star Ocean: The Last Hope International. I've tried my hardest to find this, and for the longest time I couldn't, and then one day I walked into Game Trader, and boom, there it is. And pretty cheap, too. Tales of Xillia. I do not have the second game. I've only played this so far. I don't know what turned me off, and I'm hoping that eventually they release this and the second game on Switch. And, well, all the other ones that can be ported to the Switch. Uncharted Drake's Fortune. Great game. Little long. It gets a little tedious towards the end, but fun. Uncharted 2 Among Thieves. Again, a very good game. Gets a little long and tedious at the end. Uncharted 3 Drake's Deception. I thought this was going to be the very last game. I didn't think they were going to come out with a fourth one. This was like the best of the best. They took everything that made the first 2 games really good and put it into one game. The only sad thing is, again, long and tedious at the end. Like, it just feels like it's dragging. Untold Legends Dark Kingdom. Untold Legends Dark Kingdoms. I have never actually played this. I've only played the PSP games. I got this because I had them, and I just haven't touched it. Now for a set of games that I really like. Yakuza 3. Love this. Played this for a long time, trying to 100% it. Never did. Think I'm just about halfway through on the new version that's come to PS4 and Steam. I'm playing it on Steam. Then Yakuza 4. I have not touched this more than maybe an hour or two just to see what the story was like. I did like with the direction they're going, and after that I never actually touched it. Yakuza Dead Souls. Not a bad game, not a good game, but if you like the Yakuza games and you like zombies, well, it fit both those bills for me. And that is actually everything in my PS3 collection. Not one that I really collect for all that much anymore. Eventually, there'll be a couple more RPGs, like Xillia 2, that I'll put in there. And any more like Tales games or ones that I have the first couple of, so I can grab the next one. But thank you all for stopping by, and have a great day.